Hi everybody, welcome to Critical Reading and Writing. This is the video that will introduce you to the website. We have another video which will introduce you to the blog where you'll post your homework assignments. So, to log into the website, which, like the blog, is password protected, so that nothing you post, none of your images or anything can be seen by anyone outside of the class, which I think is important. You just log into your email. So for me, that's Gmail. And there we go. So you'll see an email that I've sent to you that shares the website with you. Sorry, they've made the site very noisy here. And all you have to do is click on the link and you should have immediate access. Of course, if you don't, you can email me, but I've tested this several times and it looks like it's working fine. So, again, you just have to sign in. And if you're not using Gmail, you might have to you might have to open a Google account, but that's really easy. It'll just ask you to create one down here, which doesn't necessarily involve you getting Gmail or anything. It just needs to recognize a password from you. Okay? So I'm going to sign in. And here's the website. So what we see is this. On the home page, we have the day that we're working. We have that day's class page. We have the next day's class page as well. So you can see what it is that we're doing that day, or what it is that we did as soon as you get out of class if you want to follow up and complete your notes better. Or you can check up on what we're going to do the next day in class. So you can click over to any individual class page by clicking on the link. And now we see an expanded version of the summary that we saw before. Right? So we have introductory text. We have the several example texts that we'll be reading in class, and a video we'll be watching. And up at the top here, we have a link to the file that we will have read for homework. Okay? So I'm going to take you back to the home page now. So that's easy enough, right? What if you want to look at a class that we're going to be having in a week's time, or a class that we had last week? All you have to do is go over to course calendar. There we are. And what it shows here is, sorry about that, it shows all of the classes for this week, right? All you have to do is just click on one, and it has a link to that class page. So we visited Monday, I'll bring us to Tuesday. Click. And this is the Tuesday class page, all right? With all of the materials that you need. Simple enough. You can always get home by clicking in the upper left-hand corner, or simply by clicking on the home link. All right? But again, I made this very simple, so you won't have to do a lot of back clicking, you won't have to do much navigating. Everything is more or less one level down. So all of the links that you need point more or less directly to where you want to go. Okay? Again, I have class pages one more time, just in case, indexed over here. So far I've only made Monday and Tuesday accessible, right? You can access any of the documents that we'll need to read for class by clicking on Course Documents. That's going to take you outside of the website. I'm sorry, this will take a second. There we are. And what I have here is a shared folder with everything that you need for the course downloadable. I'm not going to assign you all of the pages in all of these documents, so don't freak out. But I do think it's important that you have them at your fingertips. So I'm going to go back to the website here. Good. Over on the Help and Tutorials page, that's where you are, I'm assuming, watching this video. You can click to the blog at any time. There's another video on the tutorials page that shows you how to use the blog. So if you have any questions, take a look at that. And if you have any questions remaining after you take a look at it, you can contact me anytime. Oh, yes, I almost forgot. I've placed here for you, apart from my contact information and the necessary class location and date and time information for you, I've put together a little map that shows you some of my favorite libraries in Providence. The libraries are in blue, so there's the RISD Library downtown, the Athenaeum on the hill, the Rockefeller right at the crest of the hill, as well as the John Hay next door to it, which is a special collections library. I expect we'll be going there later on in the course. And then there's the Orwood Music Library, which is off to the side of campus, and they have a good collection of music, of course. I also put in pink some local points of interest that you might want to look at for entertainment or coffee. So I have this indie film theater, the Cable Car Cinema. They've got lots of great stuff down there. The Avon Cinema on Thayer, which you will walk past every day, I'm sure. So little need for me to tell you about it. And, oh, I'm sorry, and I clicked on the wrong one. And the Brown Bookstore, we'll zoom in on that. That you can, that you can sit down and read in the cafe of before or after class, perhaps. It's a good place to meet up with people to study. A pre-cooked map to help you as you walk around. Let's see, one last thing. We have the page of everybody in the class. Again, this site is password protected. But each of your pictures links over to all of the posts that you do on the blog. And again, the blog is password protected, so only you guys can see the website, only you guys can post to the blog, comment on the blog, read the blog. What this allows us to do is to see what any of us are writing at any point in time. And so this way we can learn from each other, which is much faster than learning on one's own. So you can click over to the main to the main blog without going to any specific writer, just by clicking on that link at the top of the page. All right. And as I said in the blog introductory post, if you have any questions, please email me or call me, but I've tried to keep everything as simple as possible and as clean as possible so that you should find it very intuitive.